Hi, and welcome to My Wildlife here, week 18. It's going to be quite a short video this week. I haven't really felt like doing much wildlife stuff towards the start of the week. If you follow me on social media, follow My Wildlife here on social media, you'll know why. Unfortunately, I found Smelly, the weasel/stoat kit, featured heavily in last week's video, dead when I went to feed him late on Monday evening. And gutted does not put into it. I'd put, it's not just because I'd put a lot of effort into keeping him going for over a week. I can't put it into words, and I'm not going to try. I did get out. In fact, the first thing that actually sort of like got me out of my slump was seeing a brown house moth in the window in the living room, and we'll start off My Wildlife here, week 18, with that bit. I got this moth inside the window in the living room, and it's a brown house moth. It's one of the few micro moths. It's quite small. You can see that sitting next to my finger. It's one of the few micro moths that actually has a common name. Most micro moths, the smaller moths, don't have. All they've got is a scientific name. So this one's one of the pest species, seen as a pest species because its caterpillars do feed on clothing and other materials in the house, and it can be found all year on the wing in the houses. This one, so keep an eye out for a brown house moth. I've just found this egg here, or half an egg here, and also there's another half just over here. And because there's no yolk inside them, and also they've been halved right the way around, I know these have actually hatched rather than predated. So that's good news. Got a male blackbird here with a big juicy worm that has managed to pull up. Let's see if I can zoom in. Excuse the rustling. I've got 2 loaves that I've just got from the shop in my hand. It's eating it, so it seems to be eating it rather than gathering food. So it's obviously decided if it's got young, it's going to have this big juicy one to fill its tank up before it goes and gathers in some more. Oh no, he's gathering food now. So obviously he was just eating half the thing. Yeah, there he is. He's gathering it up. I'll leave him to it. This is really strange. I've just found a couple of eggs. There's one there and one over here. On the grass. They're obviously not going to hatch there. I don't see any more around. It's really strange because birds lay an egg every day or so. So why would a bird lay 2 there? But if they've been taken from a nest, they don't look damaged. Very strange indeed. I had the moth trap out last night. So far I'm going to have to put this one obviously in the fridge to calm down, to be able to ID. Found this one underneath the white sheet I had out, and so far in the moth trap I've come across a couple of Hebrew characters, so we'll see whether we get any more. Well, it looks like the 2 Hebrew characters in that mystery moth that I've still to identify under the sheet is all I got in my moth trap overnight, which isn't a great haul, but it's better than the last couple of times I've had it out where I get nothing at all. So I'm going to go off and ID this mystery moth. This is one of 2 Hebrew characters that I got in the moth trap today. It gets its name from this the shape on its side that's supposed to look like a Hebrew character, and it's another one that overwinters as a pupa, and it's active from about March into May, and you'll see the caterpillars and larvae up until about July, then become pupa, and the life cycle goes on again. Right, well, I've managed to ID my mystery moth. It's a powdered Quaker, which is a first for me in my garden. So it flies during April-May. Popped it back in the jar because it started vibrating its wings to warm up and I don't want it flying about my office. It's just cleaning its antenna there. So it overwinters as a pupa, and it's on the wing, so April-May time. Then it becomes a larvae until about July, and then it becomes a pupa and overwinters from then right through to April, and then emerges. Right, well, I've cut out some hedgehog tunnels, 3 of them in the garden, just to see if I can get anything on them, and a few prints in them, and also some other signs of wildlife too. Come and have a look. I've got some stones in it because on the sides, because it was a bit windy the past couple of nights. You can see in here, these are bird prints, probably blackbird, but here you can also see there's a lot been eaten away, and actually I don't know how you can see, some of it's even just been scraped off in layers. That's slugs. If you actually leave your tunnel out far too long, you'll come back and there's hardly anything left. So this one here also has some bird prints. However, this end here has some hedgehog prints in it. You see them? So take it out and you can have a closer look. Right, so I've brought in the hedgehog tunnel, my mum track tunnel, and here's the tracks. You can see these have got quite a lot of ink on them, and as they go out the ink comes off, but it's quite clearly, like that one there, it's quite clearly hedgehog, so I'm really pleased to have got that. It's really cheered me up to know that hedgehogs are still around the garden, because I haven't actually seen any sign of them for a couple of weeks now, but I know that they go around all over the locality, so it's good to see them. I think we've got something on top of the workshop roof making a lot of noise. So it's that time of year when the birds are very busy doing lots of things, nesting and feeding and mating and all sorts. So quite often there's a lot of noise on this roof. Well, less than an hour ago I finished leading a virtual bat walk, so I've decided to come out and experience some live bats and myself. So there's plenty of soprano pipistrelle activity around here this evening, taking advantage of the reasonably warm evening after the last few cooler winds. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this rather short My Wildlife Here week 18. I'm really hoping next week will be a lot better and a lot more in it. I'm leading, just a sort of like heads up, I'm leading another online introduction to British small mammals on Thursday the 13th of May at 7 PM. You book through Eventbrite. The link is in my bio on this channel or in any of my other social media. Costs £12, and you get after it you get a attendance certificate, and you also get sent a link to a folder in the cloud which has handouts in it and also useful links and such like. So I will see you all next week for My Wildlife Here week 19. Have a good one and stay safe.